Thanks for joining me today. My name is Vasu Murthy. I run product management for Oracle Analytics Cloud. I'm going to walk you through 4 things today. The future is autonomous analytics. And I'll give you an update on Oracle Analytics Cloud and demos. I'll also talk about its market position and customer success and talk about what is next. So let's look at the analytics industry waves. What do I mean by this? Business have been trying to use data and get value, and they want to be agile. The first wave of analytic products that came out really focused on getting the right data to everybody and make sure it's consistent. And that there was the invention of semantic models. Semantic models give single source of truth to everybody in the company, but they do take a lot of work to get up and running. And so, they're not so agile. If I want a new report, it usually takes weeks or sometimes months to get done because the data has to be collated and gathered and a curated data mart set up and reports created on top of that. The second wave of innovation was really improving agility on top of that with self-service. So if the governed curated reports would take time, why not let every user bring their own data and they do their own analysis on top of semantic models or other data? Now, the latest wave of analytics in the industry is really autonomous. What is autonomous? It's about combining semantic models and self-service, but infusing that with machine learning to make it easy and make people more productive so you can get more business value and even more agility than before. And that is best delivered in the cloud because cloud is more agile than on-premises deployments in terms of setting it up, in terms of in distributing to users. So the future is autonomous. I mean, I would love to have a kitchen that already cooks for me when I get home, and the autonomous kitchen is not here. But we have autonomous analytics cloud available today. All right? And so in the next 20 minutes, 25 minutes, I'm going to walk you through what is different with autonomous analytics cloud versus non-autonomous analytics tools that are out there. Our goal is to get all data, all actions in companies to be data-driven, right? And autonomous analytics can really power that in 3 ways. Get more people to use analytics, remove the barriers for people to use data even if they don't have data skills, power deeper insights, get them to figure out things they could not have figured out before in terms of insights from data, and get that quickly, right? Accelerate time to action. And autonomous analysis of any data from any source for everyone is really our motto. So any analytic tool needs to connect to a lot of data sources and should be able to pull in data and let users analyze. And of course, Oracle Analytics Cloud does that. We pull in data sources from Oracle SaaS, other SaaS solutions, databases, big data, files. And these could be Oracle's or other vendors' products. It doesn't matter. But you'd say, hey, Kate, this is really what analytic tools do today. What is smart? So the way Oracle Analytics Cloud is smarter is illustrated by the way we connect to Oracle SaaS properties. So if you are an Oracle SaaS customer, your end users can use the same credentials as they use in their SaaS application, log in and create a data source, and they'll be able to see the same semantics. So here's a quick video that shows a demo. I'm an Analytics Cloud customer user, and I'm not an IT person. I'm just a regular user. I can connect to my SaaS property, SaaS application with HCM, SCM, ERP, and use my own credentials and start browsing my semantic model right there. All the security policies and rules that have been set up for me are inherited. I can pick and choose the columns I want and start analyzing the data. There's no export to CSV or export to Excel. In fact, if I don't even want to get to this detail, I could just browse any of the existing operational reports in my SaaS application and start my analysis from there. So it's a very seamless connection, no download and upload, and the data is always consistent between Analytics Cloud and your SaaS application. So this is smart versus just downloading data from another SaaS application and analyzing it offline. And tomorrow, if I open up this visual, it'll have the latest and the greatest data from my SaaS application. It'll not be stale, and it'll be consistent with what is out there in my SaaS application as well. So that is about data ingestion. The next thing users want to do is to create calculations, create data transformations and data flows so they can reuse business logic, reuse calculations. And often visualization tools don't come with their own data preparation tool. You have to buy them separately. And we have a data preparation tool built into our analytics cloud. So your departments, and you can actually create your own reusable calculations and run them through the product. Now, this is what a data preparation tool would do, but what would an autonomous data preparation tool do? So we are very shortly releasing our autonomous data enrichment feature as a part of Analytics Cloud. And what does it do? So it already knows about 20 geographic and demographic enrichments. It recognizes about 30 semantic types. What does it mean? So it knows the names of, some words could be countries. It knows first names, last names. It recognizes dates. It recognizes credit cards. It recognizes social security numbers, and tells you what you could do with it. Let me run through a quick demo here. So here I have a data set, and I have columns that have, say in this case, a city name. Just click on that. We know it's a city. We give you choices. Do you want to add latitude, longitude with one click? Or do you want to derive a country name with one click? Just pick and choose the one you want. We'll give you a menu of choices. You're no longer trying to scrounge around for finding a list of all cities and countries and joining that with this data set. Same thing is with sensitive information like credit cards. Once we recognize that, we give you an option to obfuscate it, just one click. You don't have to go write complex data transformations to go do obfuscate that. If you select a date column, you would be able to derive month, date, day of the week, day of the month, and all kinds of enrichments like that. So this is a powerful tool. This is what Autonomous does. This is when we care about how to make the user more productive, and this is really what Autonomous can enable. And of course, any analytics tool needs to be able to visualize data, and we have a great visual interface for people to create charts. You don't need two phases of creation of individual visuals and then compose them together. We have one canvas. You can drag and drop. Visuals are automatically generated. They're automatically linked together. There's one-click forecasting, clustering, trend lining, all of them available in the click of a mouse. It's a great visual tool. And of course, but you may say, there are tons of tools that can do visualizations reasonably well. What is different about this? Of course, this is optimized for web and mobile. You can just hand off this visual to a mobile phone, and you'll get mobile native rendering of the same visual. But even then, what is autonomous about it? And let me show you what is autonomous in my next slide. So autonomous visualization is about anticipating what kind of visuals are interesting in the data, using machine learning to figure out those insights, and creates visuals for them automatically. It's like your assistant that will actually save you time by doing all your work and giving you a whole bunch of choices. You pick and choose the one you want, right? So let me walk through a quick demo of that. Here is an HR data set, and a column called attrition, which indicates if people have resigned from the company or not. I want to explain that. I want to find out what drives the attrition. I just have to do a right click and say, explain attrition, and a whole bunch of visuals get created for me, and I could go then pick and choose the one I like. So in the first tab, there are 4 groups of visualizations. First group is just basic visualizations, what you would get if you drag attrition and another column together on the canvas. More interesting is now your key drivers of attrition, all right? So what we do is we take every column of data and compare it with attrition, run correlation, and figure out the columns that most explain attrition. So it turns out overtime is the largest explainer of attrition. So people who do a lot of overtime, they quit in this particular data set. And followed by job roles, followed by job levels and compensation and so on. So in a couple of moments, I've actually have pre-built visuals for the most correlated factor with attrition. Then it gets more interesting in the next tab. So we talked about column level analysis. Now we do row level segmentation. So we also segment the data into rows that explain attrition. Turns out 40% of the people leave if they are in specific departments, specific job levels, and they've been in the company for a short time, and they still do overtime on top of that. And we've actually tested this by splitting the data into test and train, and we figured out with a 93% confidence that we were able to explain attrition with this specific segment. And last but not least, we run an anomaly detection algorithm on top of the same data set, and we figure out what could be anomalous, what is not fitting the mean, you know. And we found out that people that are in the company for about 7 years, more number of them leave compared to the people that have been there for lesser time or longer. So these are all interesting things that have taken a lot of time for an analyst to figure out with the data set. But with a right click and say explain, all of these visuals have been created automatically, and I can pick and choose the one I want to keep. And the icing on the cake is now this tool goes and draws those visualizations on my canvas as if I did it. So I can claim credit for that. It saved me a lot of time, did my job for me. I can pick and choose the one I want to keep. And that's really what is autonomous, right? So it really makes people productive, make you feel, wow, you saved a lot of time and get the job done faster. Apart from that, we also provide sample dashboards that you can use for various roles and for various departments in the company, from HR to ERP to CX, sales, service, marketing, and so on. And these are great. So if you have Oracle SaaS applications, you can load them in and give a great starter analytic application for you to roll out in your company. But what could be even better than that? So what if we take an idea from consumer world? So if you look at phones today and smart applications today, they tell you when your next meeting is. They tell you when your packages are arriving. They tell you when you have to leave to go to a movie theater, right? They know that you bought a ticket, right? So they know what's the airline status, what's the flight status of a plane that you're going to catch in 4 hours. So we took a leaf out of that book and actually designed an application which is better than dashboards and fixed reports for business people. So I'm going to do a live demo of that application with my phone right now. I have my phone here, and this is an Android phone. You could as well use an iOS phone. And you could, at this time, go download it. There are two applications out there called Day by Day. Another one is Synopsys. And you can download that today from iOS App Store or Android Play Store and give it a test drive. But what this is really your personal assistant that gives you your business insights at any time. It has a bunch of, it has a feed which has cards. Each card has a visual that gives you an insight into what's going on in the business. But how did it decide what to show me? First of all, it understands my role. It understands what my permission is, what's my role in the company is, what am I allowed to see, what products, and what data that I'm allowed to see. And so with identity, I can map that. The tool maps it and brings back visualizations that are relevant for the person. But everybody wants different things. They want their own things. And how do they get what they want? Suppose I got this card, if I'm a sales manager, and I got this card that says, hey, in audio products in Germany, they are not doing so well. I'm actually showing a loss in there. So I drill into that and say, yeah, audio products are showing a loss. I want to drill down more. So where are we losing? Which customer segment are we losing in? And I can just go ask a question. Show revenue and profitability by customer segment for audio products in Germany. So what we have done is let people speak to data. It's a complex question that I've asked. It figures out what is a filter, what columns to use. It knows how to map it to the database, map it to my semantic model. It knows my roles and permissions, and it brings me back a bunch of visuals. In this case, turns out this particular rural-based folks, we've been losing a lot of money with, and as well with baby boomers and so on. So I got some insights, and I can actually get deeper insights if I click on this. Actually, it's going to tell me where we made the most loss, right? Others, micropod, then followed by baby boomers and all that in profit, and likewise in revenue. And I can actually go share this with my friend in Gmail if they really want, if they don't have the application. But if they have the application, it's very easy. Let me show you that. So I can first of all say, okay, add it to my feed. I go back to my feed. I have this visual. Now I can go say, share it to my crew. There's a set of folks that I work with. They get this card, just pops up right there. I can actually have a conversation with them. What's going on, right? And I can go send that. And anyone else asks this question, they'll actually get into the same conversation. I can also say, I want to monitor this tomorrow, so bring the same thing tomorrow, or bring it back to me every Tuesday, right? Or there are many use cases where this kind of analysis is based on a specific place, in Germany in this case, for example, or could be a lot of stores, and you want to go to a store and you want to get the insights about the store, so I can say by place, in which case I'm going to reveal my location here. So I'm actually at Oracle. And so next time when I walk in here, this insight is going to pop up. So this is how we want to understand what people want, get insights to them at the right place at the right time, and make it really useful, right? So this is a different way of looking at analytics and dashboards. It's way beyond dashboards, letting people ask questions and get answers. And this is what is powered, this is what Autonomous does, right? So way better than what you can get from analytics tools today. Pick a competitor. Do they do that? And I bet no. So let me get back to my presentation here. What else? There are many other things I can drill into, but for making things more consumable, what does Autonomous do? And another feature that we expect to release shortly is natural language insights. Pictures worth 1,000 words, but many times people want to look at words because they can be much more specific than pictures. What do you want me to look at? And that's why annotations extremely important in many reporting applications. So what is natural language insights? So imagine an assistant that will automatically interpret the chart for you in a language that is readable, and all based on what is being shown. So any visual can be converted into text. And in fact, it doesn't have to match any visual. You can drag and drop columns or filters on top, and it'll generate narratives to kind of describe the set of data that you have selected. And the description can be larger based on the amount of variability in the data, or it could be shorter depending on the amount of information in the data as well. And this is great for applications where you want to automatically generate text based on what is being clicked. Think of a supply chain list, and you have a bunch of suppliers, and you click on a supplier and you want to generate an annotation for when the supplier last shipped orders to you and what's the average price. You can actually customize for that. You can define what is included in the text as well. When it comes out, it's expected to be available in French and in English, and we'll add more languages later. But this is also an example of how we are using Autonomous to make the person who is developing these reports easier, and as well as for people who are consuming it. This is great for audio answers as well. So question answers and text generation converts your answers into audio. Beyond user-facing functionality, we've made it extremely easy and simple for developers to use the product as well. So any visualizations they see on the web in D3 can be customized and plugged in into our framework and used just like any of our visuals. We can have data connectors that are customized, functions that are customized. Anything out here can be embedded into another web application, including with a JavaScript embedding API. Plus, the whole thing is available as Autonomous or managed by Oracle, right? So you don't actually create, patch, and maintain these instances, monitor, backup, and stuff. All of those things are taken care by Oracle. This one platform can be used for enterprise reporting, creation of dashboards, publishing, with a curated self-service, with curated mode as well as self-service mode, can be used for transforming data on data lakes, can be used for business users to mash up their application data from SaaS solutions onto their private data. This is a robust tool that actually brings balance between business and data governance, and we believe it's really the only tool on the planet that's out there that is autonomous, plus supports the comprehensive breadth of analytic needs that customers have. The Analytics Cloud comes in 3 editions. So the standard edition is really for self-service data visualization, and the unique differentiator here really is we support Autonomous. I showed you Autonomous data preparation, Autonomous data visualization, proactive information delivery, and so on, and we provide smart data connectors. As far as the Data Lake edition goes, it's really targeted at chief data officers and data scientists or data stewards who want to actually do more with the data at scale. So the data transformations we support in data flows can be function shipped back into Spark, back into your big data platforms that Oracle or non-Oracle, and you can get data transformations and analysis at scale. And the Enterprise edition combines all of these functions together and adds your business user interfaces for self-service, proactive data discovery, pixel-perfect reporting, tools for defining the semantic layer, single source of truth, and pervasive natural language processing. So we've been recognized as a leader by analysts. Forrester rates us as number one for current offering as well as market presence. We are, of course, a leading trendsetter in evaluation by BARC. If you ask me why Oracle Analytics, how are we better? I actually spent last 20 minutes talking about various autonomous features that we support, and you really can't find a tool that's out there in the market that supports all of these autonomous features, plus available on the cloud, and it's managed without you having to do all the lifecycle operations. So we have a lot of customers that are using Oracle Analytics Cloud and getting great benefits. Let's hear from two customers, one from Western Digital and Outfront Media, on how they benefited and why they chose Oracle Analytics Cloud.
We love analytics, we love BI, we love the fact that Oracle's putting all of this R&D into the cloud, and so we want to get the benefit of that, right? We know that the on-prem stuff is probably going to stay pretty flat with feature sets, and we're always looking for new ways to meet the customer's demands. And for us, some of the products that are on-prem are more tailored for IT development. We see the cloud as being our customers being able to develop. Doing self-service, being able to, we'll provision them the data and they can just consume it. They can go in there and create a visualization, create a dashboard, create a report, and not have to come to IT to do that for them. That's really where we see the benefit of going to something like OAC.
We did do a very comprehensive evaluation. We probably looked at 9 or 10 different options for business intelligence. We didn't want a niche player. We wanted someone who was committed to the analytics long term, something that we could put in the cloud. It was very important for us to be in cloud first. We didn't have on-prem, so we were in a unique position not to create an on-prem environment for analytics. So that was our initial reason for choosing Oracle. Over the next couple of years, the advanced analytic tools have migrated from on-prem into the cloud, and the timing was just perfect, and the commitment by Oracle for analytics in the cloud is just perfect for us.
Start today. So you can use all cloud deployments if you start today. Your data could be on the cloud, your analytics could be on the cloud. However, we understand there are many customers who have data in on-premises, some data in the cloud, and they have new and existing projects. Nothing to worry about. So Analytics Cloud supports seamless connection to on-premises data sources. In fact, an optimized connection that will get you the best out of the bandwidth and latency you have on a WAN connection. Or you can have fast connect from Oracle Cloud and connect your on-premises to our data centers. Or you can have data in the cloud. All of them can be managed and insights can be delivered through an Analytics Cloud from one place. If you really don't want to use our public cloud, Analytics Cloud can also be deployed on your data centers behind your firewall in our cloud environment. It's called our Cloud at Customer. There are a lot of resources for you to learn here. There are guided tours. There are tons of demos on the web. We have documentation on the web. These apps that are out here for Android and iOS, go ahead and download them day by day in Synopsys. We even have a desktop version if you want to try the standard edition on your own Mac or PC. You can try our Analytics Cloud for free. We have sample projects that are posted. There are tons of links here that you can click and get access to resources. And of course, the starting point for everything is cloud.oracle.com. So go to cloud.oracle.com. It'll lead you to many of these resources as well as our online documentation. And I'm really looking forward for you to try and engage with us, right here online with the trials, or contact us via directly or via partners. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful journey with Oracle Analytics.